Okay guys, this is going to be our door adjustment video. A lot of the things that you saw in either my installation video or enhanced video or even the drawer video, some of those things still apply. First and foremost, the only way to get a vertical adjustment initially and really predominantly is when you first set it up. So I always use the popsicle stick method to set between the face frame and the door. I let the door rest on that, and then I put my screws in. So we've done that on the one we're going to show you, but this is assuming your starting point. Okay, now this cabinet's already been adjusted, so we're going to jump to one that we've unadjusted. Okay, Sandy, so pan over here. Okay, so here we are. Now we're going to assume that this is your starting point. You've got your popsicle stick height. Now we're going to close the door. I'm going to show you what the problem is. Okay, so Sandy, take a good look at that. So you can see it's way out of line here and way too tight on the other side. Okay, so now we're going to do the adjustments. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to let Sandy do the adjustments. So on these hinges, we have two screws. We have the front screw, which is going to be your left to right, and a little bit of vertical, but not enough to make a real difference. A little bit of left to right and right to left. And we've tried to put that back. And
a little bit more.
Nope, gotta go a little bit more. And you can kind of see the hinge move. And this is, again, a lot of trial and error. Okay, there you go. That's a little bit better. We're not quite there. We're going to go a little bit more. And we're turning it, looks like clockwise. All right. And now we're pretty close. Okay. All right, so now we're going to pull it in a little bit with the back screw. That's kind of your front to back, back to front adjustment, and we're going to see another one of those really out of whack in just a minute. Okay, so we're close. I mean, it's maybe not perfect. We've already talked about perfect and how that can drive you crazy, but that's pretty close. So let's review. Open the door up again. The first screw furthest out is your left to right, right to left alignment. And then the back screw is your sort of front to back, back to front, pitching it in and out, right? Pitching it in and out. And then we're going to show you a bad example of that. Okay, so this one is, again, pretty close. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's livable for now anyway. And okay, so we're going to move over to this other one that we really jacked up. Okay, now again, we see a big gap here, but not only do you see a gap, it's going to maybe hard to see on the camera. But not only see the gap, but you see where the door is way further in than the face frame. So we want to bring that door out. Okay, so we're going to open it up. And we're going to start this time with the back screw because that's the worst of the adjustments. Then she's going to turn, what, counterclockwise?
You can see it going up and down. Watch this too.
Okay, watch the screw. You can see it moving. She's turning counterclockwise. Or no, clockwise, sorry. Clockwise on the back screw.
See where it is.
And there you go. So here's your smoothness. Now, let's take a look at the alignment.
It could come over a little
It looks
bit
like
more.
it could come over. Yeah, even on the camera, you can see that this is a little wider than it needs to be. Okay, so we know that's going to be the first screw, the front screw.
And then I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, we're going to watch, and it looks like in this case she's going to go a little bit clockwise.
A little better.
Looks like a little better. Let's just go maybe one more tick. Go one more tick, maybe clockwise. And okay, close the door. All right, there you go. That is, I know it's again a little tough to pick up on, but that's 1,000 times better than where we started. So we got flush. We got a pretty good line that goes up. Now again, the same thing would apply to the top hinges as the bottom hinges, but those were harder to shoot, but it's the same principle. Left, right, pitch out back. And you will get a slight pitch to the opposite hinge, but slight. So that's why you want to take these increments slowly and in small doses. All right, so recap, real fast recap. So you're going to set the door vertically, pretty much with the popsicle stick. That's going to be your starting point. There will be some movement for that, but that's where we're going to start. I always put the top hinge in typically first with the screw, and then once I get this where I want it, I will come and put the second screw in right here and make it secure. But again, as we said earlier on the other video, you don't want to be moving 2 screws at once. Get it in with 1 screw, get it set, and if that's where you want it, and it typically is when you use the popsicle trick, you only will move it just a smidge here and there. Once you get that where you want it, put this second one dead center. And I always use the top one to let the hinge rest on that hinge, and then I put this one in the center. Okay, so now you've got it centered. We have left to right, right to left with the first screw out, and you know these have caps that you put on afterwards. And then the back screw is your front to back, back to front. Make your small adjustments. Go easy. Check your line. And if you need to do the same with the top, you do the same. Now we've done those and we're pretty happy with that. Looks like maybe this one could be adjusted slightly. But remember, every time you move the door in one corner, you're going to move it slightly in another corner. So it's a matter of balance. So if we change that one slightly, it's going to change this one slightly. So you're kind of looking for that perfect setup. You know, I could pan around to the other ones, but I mean, they're all about the same. Probably, let's do this one real fast, Sandy. This one was honestly probably one of the harder ones because it had 3 sets of hinges. And this is a pantry cabinet, and you had to kind of repeat it. So I think the way to do this is the same way, knowing that every adjustment will make another adjustment. And then find the equilibrium, find the balance where you can live with the line. Again,
This is really close.
yeah. So we're close.
That took a little extra time.
Yeah, this took a little extra getting it where we wanted it, but we're happy with it. You know, the beautiful part about the insets is you have that nice line. As long as that line looks pretty intact and not jagged like we were showing you yesterday on some of those doors. Or drawers, I mean, and you see that we have a pretty straight line. Again, no one's going to come here with a straight edge and a micrometer and measure it. You know, if it looks good to the eye, you're in pretty good shape. That said, I hope that helps. Thanks again to all the people out there in California that help us along, Rich especially.